Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. See, that's why we keep you around. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us today. We would first like to begin our opening remarks with Todd Thompson, President and CEO of the Pensacola Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, and good morning. And wow, what a great day! What a great way for the LEAP class of 2023 to end another great project here in Brownsville, something that will benefit this community, not just now, but for years to come. It's wonderful to see the impact this will have on the children and the families in this community. So on behalf of the Greater Pensacola Chamber of Commerce and our foundation, congratulations. We've got a couple more events, and you have graduation next week, but it's been a great year, and just congratulations for everything that you've done.
Thank you so much. So as I look around the room today, I'm so thankful for all of you joining us. I see some of our amazing sponsors. We have off-the-wall murals who made a room that was perfect to begin with, but even more welcoming for our individuals so that they can go in there and have pride and dignity with the things that they're able to obtain from all of our people that supported us. We have Regimen Fitness here. We have Stephanie Myers with DeNovo providing just some food support and hygiene support. We're just so thankful for everyone in this room that's given just even one item or a prayer or a positive thought for us to be so successful, because as a group, we wouldn't be here today without all of your support. So thank you so, so much. I'd like to begin with our speakers. We have Commissioner Luman May first.
Thanks, Jess. I certainly appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. Obviously, we want to thank Tyler, Lee, and Jessica, and Rebecca. But most of all, we want to thank you, the LEAP class. When I was driving here, I was talking to the former mayor, Mayor Hayward, and I was waiting on the outside, and a lady in a wheelchair came up to the door, and she was trying to get in. And we went to the door, Ashton and I, and she was just coming because she wanted to get something to eat. So you will never meet that lady. She was an elderly lady that was right outside in a wheelchair. You'll never meet her, but you're making a difference in her life. Because this morning, she was waiting here because she just wanted to find something to eat, to feed herself, and to take back home to her children when they get out of school. So I think the greatest investment is in human capital. And this class is investing in human capital. You're investing in people. Not buildings, not centers. We're very thankful for what you're doing in Wedgewood, Ebenwood, and Brownsville. But the real reality, you're investing in people. And the greatest investment and the greatest return is when you give to others. And so when I look out, I see Latasha Harris-Hankins. I remember her as a little child. I ran community centers, so community centers are near and dear. Remember Tasha as a little girl coming to a community center cheering every day. But what a difference when you invest in a person. And now she's in a position to join you and LEAP to give back. And so thank you for coming to the west side of Pensacola. I always say the west side is the best side, but Brownsville is it's the corridor to downtown Pensacola. And so goes the bottom, so goes the top. And so you are investing in the bottom of our community to make the top of our community stronger. So thank this LEAP class, thank our chamber, our community partners, our sheriff department, Mr. Hobbs, congratulations. We certainly appreciate Operation Brownsville, and this is significant to be here at Brownsville because legislative delegation, our sheriff, our city council, our mayor have all decided that we were going to take Brownsville and not just do blueprints and studies, but do actual implementation. And today, the LEAP class is implementing what's good for this community. So thank each of you for being here. Thank you so much.
Now, our next speaker isn't just a longtime leader in our community. He's also one of our diamond sponsors for this year's project. So he heard the need and met that need with support here and at our other four facilities as well. So Ashton Hayward is our next speaker.
Well, when Luman speaks, I don't have to do anything but just say thank you up here. But on the way over here this morning, I got in late last night from Baltimore. And you go up to a larger city like that, and you think about Baltimore, 570,000 people. I think the state of Maryland's got about 6.7 million. But you think about our community in Escambia County, the city of Pensacola, Santa Rosa, the greater area, if you will, and the need. There's need everywhere. And driving over here, I came down Blunt Street, and I came down East Street, and I took a right, and you have this catalog in your head of how life moves and what you can do to improve your community. Lumen and I have grown up together since we were kids. We probably never thought we would be here talking to a LEAP class and talking about how important leadership is. Because I think a lot of people think leadership is just about getting elected and then you tell people what to do. You are what leadership is right now. Taking the time to participate with the chamber in this leadership class. Being selfless, listening to each other. Those are the kind of things that I think people forget about leadership. Leadership is everything that I've learned in the last, say, 13 years. We were laughing in the back that we said, God, can you believe we started this whole thing 13 years ago, changing the form of government to a strong mayor form of government, getting elected. I couldn't have done it without Commissioner May and a lot of people on the west side of Pensacola, right here at Wedgwood, right here in Brownsville. Leroy, where's Leroy? Right here. I mean, all the people that participate in us being better as a community. It's not just one person. You need to have the tone from the top, but you have to have everyone right here in this room participating in to make us better. You can write checks. That's very, very important. However, you got to have people behind the scenes participating, doing the hard work, doing the labor. Those are the unknown heroes that you don't see all the time, but they're the ones that are doing the work. My first project was just at T and Strong, which was Re-Entry Alliance Pensacola. Many of you have probably heard about REAP, right? What you're doing filling these pantries for these folks, when we all leave today and the cameras are off and we go back to our jobs, there are going to be people banging on the doors to get food to feed their children. Those are important things, and we take it for granted in the positions and the good fortune that we have. But giving back is so important. And think about, leadership again. Remember, it's not that you're the principal, the mayor, the county commissioner, the sheriff. We all participate in leadership. And leadership means that you have to take risk. You have to be vulnerable. At the top, you're not going to please everybody. So remember that as your career continues to progress, no matter what you do, you have to be vulnerable. You have to take risk. You have to listen, and you have to be objective. Because many times you think you have all the answers because this expert told me. Well, that's not always the case, right? But remember, put your heart in the right spot, focus, listen to your colleagues. Jessie Truitt that works with me, she's a unicorn. I mean, she doesn't sleep. I thought I had a lot of energy. She runs circles around me, but a lot of you I know. I've had the great fortune to meet all of you. During these 13 years, a lot of you have moved to Pensacola and participated in LEAP. Todd, great job with your team. But it takes a village to be successful. And you know what the great thing about in Pensacola and Escambia County? We're just getting started. All these great things that we've done in 13 years, one of the great things that my boss talks about, Dr. Andrews, it's about being inclusive, not exclusive. So remember that, be kind. Continue with the energy and participate in making your community great, because every one of us can participate in making us a better place to live, work, and play. So thank you for allowing me to speak.
So on that note, we definitely will continue with the energy. I'd like to introduce you to Leroy Williams. He's the community center manager of all of the centers that we have gone into so many times. He's been so tolerant and just given us so many great ideas, wonderful feedback through these different projects, and we're just so thankful for our partnership and friendship that we've created now. So, Leroy.
Sorry about that. But I'd like to start off by just first of all thanking our commissioner for basically the vision, and for, like he said, investing in human capital is the key to success. And he tasked each and every one of us to make sure that in our community centers that we're having viable programs that are doing great things in this community. That's our task. That's what we're doing. And I tell you, this program, what the LEAP is doing, is an awesome thing. Why is it awesome? Because we see hundreds, if not thousands of people come through that door in Brownsville and Wedgwood and Evanwood and some of our other communities in need. in desperate need of food, clothing, and those types of things. And we're able to provide them as much as we possibly can. So you're really doing a great job in what you're doing. Like Mr. Ashland said, you know, it's giving back to the community, which makes a difference. So I'm just saying that I want to thank Commissioner for the opportunity that we're investing into human capital and doing the things that we're doing. Thank you for what you're doing, because it is truly going to make a great difference. It really is tear-jerking to see a family come in here with 5 kids, and then it's just the mother, and she don't have anything. What do? Well, we don't turn them away. We can now take them into that closet, and we can not only give them food, we can give them hygiene, we can take them upstairs and give them clothing. If we need a bike, we could give them a bike. We got all these things that we have. Like he said, he wants programs that are doing things in our community to help those that are in need. So I thank you. I really enjoyed working with the LEAP team. These guys are excellent. They're awesome. We had a great time working together. Everybody had smiles and everything like that. And everything is so happy. And when you see the different locations in terms of what they are put together, it is so awesome. It's breathtaking to see a group of people get together to do something extraordinary like this. I'm grateful and thankful for the opportunity to work with you, and I look for a continuous partnership, and I cannot leave out Feeding the Gulf Coast. Feeding the Gulf Coast has truly been, for 9 years I've been under this administration, and I've had an opportunity to work with Feeding the Gulf Coast. They're doing an extraordinary job. They're making sure that every one of our community centers have the food that is necessary to give to these kids. On Fridays, we give these kids backpacks to take home so they can have something to eat over the weekend. In the evening, we give them dinners to take home so that they can have something. And when they're there, they have snacks. And these kids, during the summer, they're feeding our kids. So it has been extraordinary, and I'm thankful, and I'm like a baby in a candy store when you can ever give back to your community. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Leroy. And our next speaker, it is just an amazing honor to have him join us today. It's a surprise. I know that you were on a flight and you were able to make it for us and take the time to be here, and we're just so thankful for your team. I can't tell you how much I have learned from your team, the needs, just a way that I can actually give back without just hearing it and pulling at my heartstrings, but actually to do something. Your team gave us the way to do that. So thank you so, so much. I'd like to introduce you to Michael Ledger, the CEO of Feeding the Gulf Coast, and we also have Rebecca Dawson here, who's the Director of Child Nutrition and Programs. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It's an honor to be here. I just got back late myself last night. We were in D.C. on Capitol Hill talking to representatives up there about the things we see in our communities and the work you guys are doing out there every day to try to reach folks. It can't come from one direction. It's got to come from all directions, and I think this is a great example of that. And when we can go up there and tell them the stories of the work that's being done here, I think it inspires them to try to meet us halfway to make things happen. So I left there really inspired. Inspired by our team here, a few of which are with us today, the amazing work that they're doing to make this happen. Over 48,000 people in this community and 13,000 children face food insecurity. That is a large, large number of people who don't know how they're going to have their next meal, where it's going to come from, how they're going to be fed. It's things like this, these pantries that'll make a big difference. We see this in other communities we work in across the entire Central Gulf Coast that we're responsible for. And having partnerships like this is how this works. Without partnerships, we go nowhere. We can do nothing. But thankfully, working with LEAP and all of you, we're able to do amazing work. This school pantry, which is actually what this is based on, I'm really proud to brag on our team a little bit more. We were one of the first beta tests in the country to see how a school pantry would work. That platform is what's been ramped up here to not just help with school in the schools, but also for families that are going to come here, as they were just describing. So when you see someone walk in off the street, as you were saying, that doesn't know where the next meal is going to go, we just had a lady, I was just telling this story recently, she shared it with us, she was pregnant. She had complications in her third trimester, had to leave work. She was not yet eligible for FMLA. She started to lean into a pantry that got her and her single mother and her daughter through that. She came back some months later to say, I had another healthy baby girl. I'm back at work. I don't need you anymore, but I want to give back now. You know, it's not just, there's chronic issues out there for sure, and we need to be helping those folks. But there's also interim issues that happen every day to people. You can't anticipate what may happen to us. Hundreds of thousands of people across the country that find themselves in these situations. Things like this help get them through so they can be a productive community member who could be in here today and help us with the next person. And we keep paying that forward and around and around. These are going to help over 300 people. That's a big, big number. They were just doing a feeding over here as I drove in, and we were just there a few weeks ago, or a few months ago, I should say, seeing the cars line up at 5 in the morning. No one shows up at 5 in the morning to get a box of food if they're not hungry. And I think we see that example every day. Thanks to folks like you and your partnership, Feeding the Gulf Coast is eager to work with you any way we can to try to reach more people, help more people through these trials and tribulations, and get them on the other side. A thank you to everyone that makes this happen in this community. We are proud to work alongside you. Thank you.
And now I have the honor of introducing my counterpart in these projects, Tyler Lee. So please, Tyler, join us. He was one of our project chairs for these amazing closets. So thank you, Tyler, for working with me and tolerating me throughout this entire project.
I know you touched on a few of our donors. I know we have multiple in our sheets. I just want to say thank you to all of these individual donors out there, but also to Cat Country 98.7, News Radio 92.3, Closet by Design, and Dominguez Design Build. Those two companies were huge to our projects. They gave a lot of time and effort, and it's really one of the reasons why this whole program came together. So thank you all for all the effort and time y'all gave to us. I kind of want to move into the class individually. I think every single one of y'all for what y'all did. A lot of time, effort, and energy goes into this. I mean, for a whole year, y'all sustained that and kept it going. For that, I'm forever thankful. I'm glad I got to be a part of this, and thank y'all for giving everything back to me. I kind of want to then touch more. I think Craig nailed it perfectly last week. You know, our whole class from different race and religion and education sides, I mean, we're all different, but we all had one common mission. And that was really to better this community. And for us, we are the most class. So instead of taking on one project, we did two projects. And we went on to make them better and more efficient. And, you know, that means a lot. And the thing that really captured my eye throughout this whole thing was it's not just our LEAP class that wants to better the community. It's really our community that wants to better our community. You had Fiesta Pensacola taking our class in for the Crawfish Festival. You had Regimen who took in our project and they were donating things to us. I mean, there was many businesses that really wanted to contribute to this. So with that, you know, I was thinking, you know, we got 1 year sustainability, and that's 800 families. You know, we sustained it for 3 more years. That's 2,400 families we're impacting. Don't let this be the end of our project. Let this be the beginning of our project. You know, stay engaged with the community. Keep getting out there. You know, be proud of what we did. I know you are, I am, we all are. So let's keep this momentum going and the energy, and let's keep raising this and not just let this be 2,400 families. Let it be 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 families, and let's really, truly make a difference within this community. Thank you for all the news media for coming up and covering all, you know, our projects. We greatly appreciate it. And with that, I thank every single one of y'all for coming out here and enjoying our projects. With that said, thank you all, and let's go to the ribbon cutting.